Hey, what's up, everybody? So the Packers just came in and claimed wide receiver Travis Fulgham off of the waivers. He may sound familiar, and that's because he was here in Green Bay for only 9 days in 2020. He was signed to the Packers on August 10th, 2020, was released 9 days later, and then he was signed by the Philadelphia Eagles, where he had a crazy stretch where he was very, very successful. And if we take a look right here at his games for the Eagles back in 2020, Week 5, he had 10 receptions for 152 yards and 1 touchdown. And I honestly remember at that point in the season, everyone was saying, why did the Packers let go of Travis Fulgham? He's like balling out in Philadelphia, which obviously when a player you release goes on and plays well, you're like, shoot, maybe we shouldn't have, dropped him. But then within, a few weeks, he has a few more solid games, 6 receptions, 75 yards, 5 receptions, 73 yards, 6 receptions, 78 yards, and a touchdown. And then after then, as you guys can see here, 8 yards, 16 yards, 0, 30, 27, 15. And then coming in a year later in 2021, the Eagles decide to release him. So he sort of comes in out of nowhere, dominates for a few weeks, and then just sort of disappears. He was then signed by both the Dolphins as well as the Denver Broncos, and he was released by the Broncos yesterday, and the Packers decided to come in and sign him to this roster. And so now for every Packers fan who, when Travis Fulgham was balling out back in 2020 for the Eagles, you got your wish. We have him back here in Green Bay. It's sort of crazy, though, to see a guy come in out of nowhere, dominate for a week or two, and then just disappear. It's really crazy and wild. I hope that somehow he comes in here and he can replicate that 10 reception, 150-yard game. And I think if you are Brian Gutekunst bringing in a player, a wide receiver like Travis Fulgham, because we are slowly getting closer to the final 53-man roster being decided, we're currently around 85-ish players. Soon, lots of guys are going to be cut, and we've had lots of receivers who have been here the entire offseason here in Green Bay. So this signing at least shows me that Brian Gutekunst at least thinks he could compete with some of these guys who maybe are on the fringe roster spots, because if he didn't think that maybe there was a chance Fulgham could, maybe make this roster, I don't know why he would come in and sign him when there's already so many wide receivers here in Green Bay. So maybe it's just to increase his competition, get those wide receivers playing a little harder because there's another guy who could come in and take their spot. Who knows, but it is interesting to see him back here in Green Bay, and I hope he somehow just comes in, dominates, balls out, but who knows. That is all I have for this one. If you guys want to read my newest Packers article where I answer lots of your questions from yesterday, I have that linked at the top of the description down below. But that is all for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.